exclusive interviews with our special guest stars chatting about their latest projects. So rock your interviews with Geek Rock TV. Hi, I'm Michelle Noel with
Wes Gleason.
And you're watching
GeekRockTV.com.
Wondercon Anaheim 2017. Joining me right now is Wes Gleason. He's the voiceover director of Justice League Action that's airing on Cartoon Network. Hello, Mr. Wes. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, gosh. So I'm really excited about your panel. So can you give us a little tease about what to expect from today?
Oh, well, I'm really excited about the episodes that everyone's going to get to see. Forget Me Not is such fun with our villain, Felix Faust. John Cryer lent his voice to that character,
Cool.
and I think adds just a new twist to it, and brings some humor and sinisterness to the role. As far as Garden of Evil is concerned, it's one of my more favorite episodes, just considering it shows off Mark Hamill as our Swamp Thing.
Oh, goodness.
And also,
Go ahead.
also an introduction to Firestorm, voiced by P.J. Byrne, as well as the counterpart to Firestorm, the voice inside his head, one Martin Stein, voiced by Stephen Tobolowsky. And they just make a perfect sort of blend of duality for that one character.
Well, you have a very impressive IMDb, and you got a lot of great Batman projects coming out. Can you share us a little bit about some of these new upcoming Batman movies? Like I heard there's a Harley Quinn, and there's a Two-Face coming out.
Oh, I wish I knew what I could say there, but I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. Were you a big into comics, movies, animation growing up?
Oh, absolutely. Just a love of basically all things sort of cartoon related or action movie related, really all things entertainment. Like I think my education more came from just watching TV and movies as much as any of my school time. And for me, just getting into the DC comics and, falling in love with those characters at an early age and now getting to sort of play in that world as a big kid just feels awesome.
Isn't it amazing how it just comes back in full circle? Oh.
I continue to thank my dad all the time for never, always sort of reminding me that I'm never too old to play. And I think that was with toys, but yet I sort of take it into my work. And if I took it too far, I'm okay with that. So,
Are there any characters that you're looking forward to seeing in the new DC animation movies?
Oh, in the DC animated movies, well, or in Justice League Action, or in the anime movie. I'm really excited about some of the characters that we're going to get to introduce in Justice League Action, because there's a lot of characters that I think are unknown to the mass audience, some deep in the archives of the DC comic world, but yet there, lends us an opportunity to find a new voice for these characters since it hasn't been voiced before. Someone like a Patton Oswalt as our Space Cappy. No one's ever heard Space Cappy before, so now I'm hoping that he's setting the bar for what that could be from here on out. And again, a lot of other sort of introductions as far as Plastic Man in our universe. There's some cool versions of that waiting to be heard. And
Keeping it together.
one Dana Schneider, just too much fun in that. And I think, again, just our main cast of anchored by Kevin Conroy as our Batman that people just find, as I feel, to be the Batman. He really anchors both our action scenes and sequences as well as the comedy. He's so adept at playing the straight man for our comedy when needed. And, to combine him with Jason Lewis and Rachel Kimsey as far as, their enthusiasm and love for these characters and getting to voice these roles on our show, it's been so much fun.
Awesome.
Feels like a love fest of DC characters.
It's like, that's like the party you want to be invited. I'm just saying. Let's talk about voice directing. What's been your experience like working with professional on-screen actors versus voiceover actors?
Wow, it's a really good question. I think there are benefits to both. It really depends on the role. Sometimes people come in very prepared and they're ready to sort of wow you with what you traditionally know them to be good for.
Okay.
And sometimes people come in with a little more open attitude and wanting some of that guidance, and then you forge the sort of path together. And I think the collaboration is something that we really try to do, at least that I try to keep in mind in the sessions, that, to figure out what that character might say or what they might be feeling, if the line feels right for them. That's a collaborative affair. I can have my ideas, and the writers obviously have where they're coming from, producers too, but to hear sort of a spin from those that have been doing a lot in the voiceover world,
Yeah.
those that come in from on camera, all have different ideas. So I think you find new and unique choices
So
with both.
things do actually change from the storyboard process to the production.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
all the time. Wow.
All the time. And, we really value our scripts as they come in, but at the same time, we're open to collaboration from the talent and from maybe folks like myself or other producers in the room to find what works best. And, I think it just makes it a more fun experience. And then if you're having a good time, hopefully everyone else feels that in the final product.
And what's your experience been like working in animation versus the video gaming world?
Wow. Really good question.
I'm on a roll lately.
Seriously, I really have a love for both. I was able to cut my teeth, for lack of a better expression, in video games, and feel so blessed to have worked with so many talented people, both developers and actors and writers, for some pretty amazing projects. And for the animation side, it's always been a dream. And so to get to crack that shell and get a chance to play in both, I can literally say I'm living the dream. And
Yeah.
And for me,
I really wanted to interview so bad.
Oh.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
well, and there's so many talented people
Okay.
that I think are, playing in one realm versus the other. And now to maybe see some of those talented folks crossing over and doing both is exciting for me. I'd only want to introduce their skills and what I've come to love from them into both sort of fan bases. I know there's crossover, but it's also nice to sort of give them each a shot in their own.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Sometimes can be, and when you find a great working relationship with someone and you feel like they can bring what you want for the role and even more than what you're thinking of, you tend to gravitate towards those people. I love enthusiasm and passion for projects, so those.
Something about that voiceover community. And one last question before we wrap up. The voiceover community, or actually the voiceover directing community, is a very small community. How often do you guys interact with people like Andrea Romano?
Oh, I love this question. I get to see some of the voice directors that are out there working often, and obviously love a chance to say hello. And for those like Andrea Romano or Colette Sunderman or any of these names that we've come to love, the Chris Zimmermans of the world, I feel so grateful for having them to set a precedent of what great directors are, and for me to even be mentioned with those names is flattering. So.
That's why I wanted to interview so much. Okay, well, thank you so much, Wes, for being here this evening. If you'd like to catch Justice League action, it'll be on Cartoon Network.
7:30 a.m. Cartoon Network.
And thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you at future cons and TV and panels, and of course, your name on the credits. Such a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much, Greg, for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us here, guys, from Wondercon Anaheim or Anaheim Wondercon 2017. If you're new, be sure to like, follow, subscribe to view more videos like these. Rock your inner geek with Geek Rock TV. Bye, guys.